Hi Math 2 students. Today I will be teaching you about the exterior angle theorem. So first today what you need to do, if you look at the announcement, is it says you will take the quiz along with me in the video. Do not try to do the quiz on your own. I will walk you through it after I teach the lesson. So it will help me to know if you followed along. Go to the quiz is link below and right here, and then you'll click on that. So I say click on that, and then we're going to watch the video. So what I want you to do is be prepared. So in the video, which will be posted down here in just a few minutes, I'm going to walk you through this after I do a short little lesson. So this is a real simple concept. We already studied the Triangle Sum Theorem yesterday, which says that the measures of all the angles in a triangle add up to 180. Today, some new vocabulary is going to be that when given a triangle, if one side is extended, this angle out here on the outside or exterior is called the exterior angle. So feel free to get a sheet of paper out and write this down, or at least when I get down to here, maybe take a picture of it with your phone. So exterior angle is this one on the outside, not not inside the triangle. The inside angles here would be called interior angles. All of them inside are interior. But most importantly, what you need to know for today is that the measure of the exterior angle, this A, is equal to the sum of the two remote interior. So that means that C and D are remote angles. C and D are remote angles. So notice remote, think about remote. If you were living in some remote country, it would mean far away. So think about the angles that are farther away from the exterior angle. So what I'd like you to do actually is right beside this exterior angle, cover up the one right beside it, and then you'll see that the two left are C and D. So in other words, the measure of angle A, and M is for measure, the measure of angle A will equal the measure of angle C plus the measure of angle D. The measure of angle A will equal the sum of the two remote interior angles, C and D. So I drew a couple of other triangles so that you could see it from a different perspective. If you were trying to find the measure of angle 1, again, covering up the one beside it, it would be equal to the two remote interior that are farther away from this angle 1. So this is like saying that the measure of angle 1 will equal the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 4. All I have to do is add up those measures. Here, and I'm writing on myself, here for angle A on the outside, if I cover up the one right beside it, B, that leaves C and D. So C and D are remote, meaning they're farther away, and they're interior. So the measure of angle A is equal to the measure of angle C plus the measure of angle D. So A is going to equal, skip the one beside it, C plus D. For this drawing here, now our exterior angle is on the right. Remember, exterior is outside of the triangle, so it's always going to be equal to, cover up this one, the remote interiors, P and Q in this case. So the measure of angle P is equal to the measure of angle R plus the measure of angle Q. So for instance, if I give you this measure, say this measure is, for R, is 30. And the measure of angle Q here is 70. And I'll put little degrees up there, 30 degrees and 70 degrees. Then that would mean that P would equal 30 plus 70, which would be 100 degrees. So that's really what we're doing here, is finding the measure. Sometimes we'll be given the exterior angle and asked to find a measure on the inside. And then other times we'll just be asked to identify. It might give you all of the angles, and then you have to identify what P is. Okay, so if they told you that this one here was 80 degrees, it would not be used to find the measure of P. You would forget about it and just add up the two remote interior. So again, in word form, the exterior angle theorem. And again, if you want to take a picture after I finish, that's fine too. The angle exterior theorem, or exterior angle theorem, says that the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum, meaning you add, of the two remote interior, meaning inside, angles. Okay? So I'll kind of zoom here. So if you want to just take a picture of the screen as you're watching this video, now would be a great time. Go ahead and hit pause, take out your phone, take a picture. All right, so we're going to go ahead next and I'm going to show you, I'm going to work through the problems on the quizzes. So remember a minute ago I said that instruction number 1 is that you're going to do this quiz, but you're going to do it along with me. It's going to help me track that you watched the video and that you paid attention. So if you are able, if you have a computer and a phone, then it's going to be easy to do. If not, you're going to just need to, on your phone, go from one window to the other. So you're going to click on this link here, and then you're going to enter your name. It should just be blank here and then allow you to enter your name because the link is for your class. If you have a problem with that, let me know. So I'm just going to hit start game, start, and like I said, I'm going to work through the whole thing with you to teach you how to do these problems. All right, so here we're given this triangle WUV, and we are given the measure of an exterior angle, and we're given the measure of two remote interior angles, except these are farther away. Hold on just a second. All right, so I'm going to draw this out on paper so that when I show you on the video or show you my work, you'll understand why I'm doing this. I won't do this for every other problem. All right, so I drew it down, and our job is to solve for x. So if I go here on my paper, what I'm going to do is think about what I just showed you, that the measure of the exterior is equal to the sum of the two remote interior. So that means I'm going to set up the equation 21x plus 1, which is the measure of this angle, plus 11x plus 1 is equal to 130. And then I'm literally just going to solve this equation. So remember, when we're solving equations, we identify like terms. 21x and 11x is 32x. 1 plus 1 is 2. And it's equal to 130. And then I'm just going to solve. If I subtract 2 from both sides, that cancels out. 32x equals 128. Then because 32 is being multiplied by x and I want to get it by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by 32. And then, of course, feel free to take your calculator and just type in 128 divided by 32. And that is 4. So x equals 4. So I would come back here and choose 4. And then move on rather. All right, so now it says find the indicated angle, meaning what angle is this talking about? So for R, where the question mark is. So remember that 130 equals 60 plus this angle. So if we were to think of this as x, then we would add 60 plus x and it would equal 130. 60 plus x would equal 130. So I'm going to write that down for number 2. 60 plus x would equal 130. So if I were going to solve that, then I would subtract 60 from both sides. So this would zero out. And my x would equal 70. Feel free to type that in. So the shortcut is, though, you don't have to really set up an equation. You would really just need to take the big angle, the measure of the exterior, and subtract the one given interior angle. So even though I know the answer is 70, what I'm trying to get across to you is that I would have just done 130 minus 60 is 70 really quickly. 130 minus 70 is 60. I think if I down here at the bottom, 130 minus 60 is 70. So choose that. All right, again, now it's saying what's the indicated angle, meaning what's the outside angle. So remember this is the exterior angle you're finding, so it's equal to the sum of the two remote interior. So I'm going to add 48 and 43. 48 plus 43 is 91. So I'll choose 91. Again, the measure of the exterior angle is equal to the sum, meaning you should add the two remote interior. All right, so now again, we're finding this angle here, which is an interior angle. I already know the measure of this larger exterior angle, so that tells me I need to do 104, subtract the given interior angle of 63 to get this. Because 63 plus this value, if we were to call that x, 63 plus x equals 104. So I'm going to write that down. This is problem 4 here. 104 minus, or is equal to 63 plus x. 104 equals 63 plus x, which of course means I would subtract 63. So remember, if you're given the outside angle, just subtract the inside. So that would equal 41. So 41. Which two angles are the remote interior angles to A? So if this is A, remember how I showed you I would cover up B, so I'm going to put this cursor here in the way. A is going to equal the sum of the two remote interiors, so the farther ones away, so C and D. So which two angles are the remote interior? C and D. If you're catching on, feel free to any time to pause and just work them out on your own and see how you do. So, I gave you a drawing like this earlier, so if you're referring back to either the picture or the notes you took, then you should see that I drew a picture like this. So this is your exterior, because it's outside of the triangle. It's equal to the sum of the two remote interiors. Remember I said cover up the one beside it, so you can ignore it. So that means that the measure of W is equal to the measure of X plus Y. So I'm going to come over here and choose angle X and angle Y. All right, so this one looks a little bit like it's a little bit more work, but this again is just asking, can you set up the equation to find X? So our remote exterior, or excuse me, the exterior angle is out here, not inside the triangle. If there were something here, you would cover it up. But that means that the 10x plus 8 is equal to the sum of these two. So I would be looking for an equation that says if I add these two angles, I get this one on the outside. So 52 plus 5x plus 16 will equal 10x plus 8. So if I look at all my options, I need these two values to equal 10x plus 8. So I should see 10x plus 8 on one side of the equation. Here I have 5x plus 16. That's not right. Here I have 180. That's not right. Oh, here I have 10x plus 8. So let's review again. 52 plus the 5x plus 16 is equal to 10x plus 8. All right. Now again, finding an exterior angle, because that's where my question mark is. The measure of this is equal to the sum of these two. So 73 plus 34. So I'm going to just come over here on my calculator. 73 plus 34 is 107. It's that simple. And next, what is the measure of x? Again, this is the exterior angle. I'm going to add these two remote interiors, so 75 plus 36. So on my calculator, I'm going to add 75 plus 36. And I get 111. If for some reason these questions are in a different order, feel free to write down the answers and then on your paper, just write the answers down, and then you'll be able to select the answers to go through it. That'll provide me the evidence that you completed this portion of the assignment. So last question here is to set up an equation to find x. So that means I simply need to remember that this measure out here, the exterior angle, is going to be the sum of 42 plus 8x. So I need to look for this on one side of the equation and 42 plus 8x on the other side. So here I've got 42 plus 8x, and it's equal to 2 plus 12x, and that happens to be correct, right? You add up the two remote interior, 42 and 8x, and it's equal to 2 plus 12x. And that's it. So all those questions are correct. So after you're done that and it says all done, feel free to X out. And then it says go to Delta Math and do assignment 17. So you went ahead and logged in or clicked on the quiz to have that open, did it while I watched the video, and now we're going to go to Delta Math and do assignment 17. And it says there are only 5 problems, and I'll do number 1 with you in the video. So I'm going to go over here to Delta Math, and my screen looks a little bit different than yours. So I'm going to go where I have the assignment and choose 17. Where is it? Okay, just kidding. For some reason, it must not have saved last night. So what I'm going to do is just cancel that out, take that part off of the assignment, and you're just going to do the quizzes and be done. And then tomorrow I'll have you log in to do the 5 problems. All right, y'all have